Home, a story of who we are, where our walls reflect the light of happiness, where every room holds special memories, where the windows are the gateway to opportunities. Let's make this home our sanctuary, our safe space, our abode.
Welcome to Fulcrum Homedecor. My name is Pallavi and I am here to help you transform your spaces and your house into a home. This is, I think, the third or the fourth video of the series My Minimal, Sustainable and Hygge Home. Today I'm going to be taking you to a very special room of a very special person. I'm sure you've already guessed it. This is the room of my little toddler. We had designed this room as a nursery way before he was born, about a few months before he was born. And at that time, we were not really sure, we definitely did not know the gender of our child. So we had kept it very neutral. And like my entire house, this room is also very minimal. The colors are very subtle. Things are not very bright and colorful, so to speak. But I've added a few elements here and there. So this room has gone through a transformation in the past maybe one. So he's 1.5 now. So we designed his room exactly 2 to 3 months before he was born, and this room makeover has taken place again a month before we are shooting this video. So yes, approximately in 15 months, this is the second makeover I have given to this room, and so if you haven't seen that video, I will leave it in the cards and in the description box. Must go and watch it, because nursery designing in India is not so common. So I have emphasized in that video also that I wanted a space, I wanted to create a welcoming space for my child, and I had done it before he was born. But as he grew up, his needs have changed. The way we needed the room to orient, the way we needed things in his room have changed. So mostly from a utility perspective, a lot has changed into this room. And I will be inserting clips of how the nursery would look and what we have done to different areas in the room. So you kind of get a reference of both. So sit back and enjoy the video. So this is my toddler's room now. So after the nursery, we left it like that for about a year, and then once he started crawling and he started moving around, I realized we needed a few things. So the first thing I did was to add this flooring. It's a vinyl carpet, so it's very easy to clean. So he runs around and spills everything everywhere, and I didn't want him to be running around on the tiles. So comparatively, this is slightly thicker, so it gives him that cushioning if he falls, and it also helped him when he was crawling. So this was the first addition that I made. Then I made a lot of subtractions actually into the room. So this area that you see here used to be his chest of drawer. I'll be inserting a clip here. So yes, this is where his first chest of drawers used to be. Now that used to be very functional. We used to have his diaper changing station on it, and it worked extremely well. But as he grew up, we realized we needed to free up some space for him, and what I did is remove that chest of drawer and added this these mattresses on the floor, so that he could just lounge around if he needed to. He could sleep here if he needs to. And so that's how I freed up that space. The third thing I did was to remove the feeding chair that used to be here. So it was a very, very handy affair. And once we weaned our baby off, I wanted a little corner or a space for him to just sit and chill out or relax, or even though, let me tell you, that's a distant dream right now, but I still wanted to create a corner for him. So I added this chair here, which he can sit on, and I added this book ledge on the side. So if he would want to read or which he's very, very fond of, let me tell you. So that's how that little corner now looks. On this wall used to be his bed. well, not his bed, so to speak. It used to just be a futon bed which we used to pull out in case we had guests, even though we do have a guest room. So you can see the pictures of the earlier futon bed here. And what I did was to replace it with a little table. So this is more like his station with a little stool. He can play here. He kind of does these little puzzles or shapes. I also read out his little flashcards to him here. So this kind of freed up a lot of space in the room for him. Also in the corner I added a very slim chest of drawers. This houses all his washcloths and his socks and his shoes, and he loves to pull out which shoe he wants to wear. So that's a very slim little handy unit that I added in this room, in this part of the room. Moving on to this side of the room. So you had earlier seen that we had a little mini wardrobe here and a few shelves here and there and a long wardrobe here, which was also my linen closet. So I removed that entire thing from there and made that area like a storage cum play station for him. So what I've done now is that I've added this wardrobe here because he needed a lot more space than what he had, and I've added these calyx boxes. Now these are really nice because these are not in his reach, so I can keep his things organized over here. So I keep his books, his play cards, some of his toys, and these are all his essentials because he loves to pull everything out. So I kept them at a little height, but so that it looks a little organized, and yet he is able to see each thing and let me know if he wants to play with any. And under that I've added this unit, which is very, very helpful, I must say. So this has these plastic drawers, so to speak. It's a pine wood unit, and these drawers house all his toys that he's playing with at the moment. So he can pull out each basket and plays with takes that out and makes a mess and plays with it, and that's what he does in the room. And of course these are some just baskets, floating baskets. I have kept them so that he can throw all his toys back and the room looks a little clean. So yeah, this is and in case you were wondering, those are all things that have been up for a while now. So these are shapes and he recognizes them and he is very happy to see them. So for the color palette, if you noticed the before pictures of our nursery, it had a lot of neutral colors since I made the nursery before my son was born. So I used to have a little bit of the major color palette was a little minty green, grey, white, and it did have a flash of blue here and there. So now I've replaced the minty green with blue. Again, I love to keep the colors very subtle, so the grey wall is still there, the white and blue dots are still there. What I've done on this side is to change up. So some of those hills now, which were in that minty green, are now hand painted into blue. And of course his blinds have these animals which are again in mustard and grey and things like that. So I've reflected that in a very, very subtle way here and there. And what I've also done now is to add 2 frames, and I just wanted to frame some of his memories. Again, kept them very neutral and picked out whatever, and fortunately these 2 onesies match the color palette of the room. So that's what I've framed and put up in the room here. And again, with the same thing that I've done here is added these giant knobs, so it helps him open the cupboard when he wants to. Of course, he's not tall enough for this yet, but again kept the colors in blue and grey. If you look at his storage, I've kind of tried to keep it in grey. These boxes are all of the color palette of the room. Again, just adding a pop of yellow over here. And even these baskets are in the same shade of grey. Since he's a growing toddler, I have also created a space for him to scribble and have fun. So these hills that you see here, which are a continuation of the hills on this wall, are made out of stickers which are of blackboard and whiteboard. So if he wants to scribble his initial time, I've just put them up aesthetically. Of course, I don't know, he may be decorating all my walls for all you know, but that's what it is. And my husband is very fond of his physical activities, so we've put up a little rock wall over there so that he gets himself moving and active and kind of can spend his energy on that. So the entire room, as you can see, is kept very neutral. The reason being that I did not want anything to be very overpowering in the room. The whole idea of the room was to keep it minimal, to keep it open, to allow him to discover what he likes and just give him access to everything that he wants to play with or he wants to he really likes. So yeah, this is how my toddler's room now looks like. Again, like the rest of my house, it's very neutral because as I said, I wanted it to be a blank canvas for him. I wanted it to just inspire him to do whatever he feels like. So it's not a very cluttered environment, and yet it looks like a child's room. And yeah, it's very minimal because I just want him to have his space where he can play and explore. And yeah, even though I'm calling it minimal, I think it's quite a lot of clutter as per a child's room. So yes, this is how my toddler's room now looks. Thank you so much for joining me today in watching this little room makeover or my toddler's room in my home. I hope you liked what you watched, and if you have anything that you would want to say to me or it inspired you to do something for your child, do let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear that. And if you would want any of your children's room designed or would like to give a makeover or a facelift to your rooms, do get in touch with us. All the details are mentioned in the description box below. This series still has a few more videos to come, and I will be taking you through my entire house once I have been able to capture all the rooms in the house. So do stay tuned for that. Subscribe to our channel. Your subscription means a lot to us. And if you like this video, if you think someone will love to watch it and will gain some insight from it, so definitely share this video with your friends and family. You can hop onto Instagram and Facebook and follow us. All our the names are all same, Fulcrum Homedecor. It's going to give you, the stories kind of are more like a live update of what we are doing at Fulcrum, and the different projects we are working on, the kind of design styles we're working on, what we're doing with our store. So all of it is mentioned, is captured on Instagram. So do go and follow us there if you would like to. And yes, so just stay connected with us. We love to deliver content to you and love to listen to your read your comments. I read each and every comment and I try to reply to them, if not in a day or two, but definitely over a course of time. So thank you for your valuable comments, and I hope it was a nice time for you to watch this video. Till I see you again, happy living.